These are the best highlights from all the matches of the day during the 2024 LCK Summer Split.
For away, if you're not drinking, it'll be totally up. It'll be totally happy with how it all went down. As we are going to see the grab of this dragon here very early from Bro with the prio they have in mid. Not really much Bulldog can do, as they are going to rotate Cuz over, but out ult.
Yeah, they're still trying to go for this, though, and the turn here from Bro, it's very deep, and yes, they will take down Cuz first blood, but what will they pay for it is the question, as Leaper is flashing into them. For now, it's just going to be a 2-for-2, though, but it's a double kill for the Zeri, and it does feel like both teams have kind of given up on it for now, just going to let it go. The first set of grubs did go the way of Doiv as well, so he's picked up all of the first 3. As Doiv is going to be here once again, actually invading onto Cuz, who is up a level. But he does have the Tristana rotating over. Meanwhile, a fight down on the bottom side. Is Leaper going to throw that ultimate in? He's getting aggressive as Ondil, and Leaper moving ahead, trying to get a kill down on the bottom side, and Palu's in a lot of trouble. Will get chased down the lane by Leaper. Yeah, absolutely, and we do have that Collector finish first here for Samper. I feel like can be decent against some of the squishies, but you are going to be dealing with a decent amount of tanky members on the side of Kwangdong Freecs. He is going to build locality regardless, but we have seen many different first items from Jin, so felt like it deserved mentioning, as we do have the Rift Herald started up here by Bro very confidently. Kwangdong Freecs not really in position to challenge this one due to without teleport and is heading bot, so.
And Cuz, doesn't want to go in alone, needs some follow-ups. Ondil's going to have to come over, they need to clear this vision. Palu taking a lot of damage.
Oh, and look at this engage from Ondil already on the top side here, and the root comes in. The equalizer is going to hit Leaper, but he flashes away perfectly. The damage coming on in. Chorus is just going to assassinate them all alongside a Somber and somehow pull this one back for Bro. That was not looking good to start, but man, Chorus and Somber able to turn on that one. Joined in, but that play was all created by Chorus.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, this is insane wherewithal, like within the fight, it's all going wrong, and you're just like, no, I'm gonna assassinate. This is also a fantastic early objective here for Bro.
Yeah, this Herald not even really needed. Well, give them an extra charge potentially towards that inner if they want to really force the issue. They have a Tristana here.
Do it, Chorus.
Kwangdong need to respond because that's a lot of damage. Meanwhile,
yeah, they're trying to engage onto this one. The Maokai does some surprising damage, actually, early on in this game. Dudu just top lane waiting to TP in, and
this game decided by, some called out players, right? Like this.
Speaking of which, here we go again. Bulldog trying to take a 1v1 while Cuz is just dying. He is quite tanky though. Now Ondil is getting up the Chorus here. The Tristana is going to live and finally gets taken out there by Leaper, who gets into position, and now over the wall they go as everybody's trying to go over the terrain, but dude is not going to land that impale. They're still on the chase here though, as Morgan is left out to dry, just left to cook, as the rest of his team will just run away. Meanwhile, Bulldog's just pushing top.
Yeah, he's pushing top. Cuz dies to the equalizer, but otherwise there wasn't really much that Bro could have done there. Somber doesn't even really make an impact in this fight. And this is rough stuff here as Leaper is ripping through this turret as well. Zeri could do a great job at that, and they could just go ahead and force it down. So 2 turrets on the play, as well as a win in the team fight. Shut down onto Chorus.
Meanwhile, on the side of Kwangdong Freecs, they have this pretty fed Corki as well, as they, okay, that was very optimistic, and Doiv is just going to die for it. Leaper will pick up that kill, as here comes the Skarner, looking for the impale, just desperate for anyone at this point.
It's here for Kwangdong Freecs. Doiv looking for the opportunity there, but it's just a Valkyrie away from Bulldog.
He's just gonna kidnap him in the jungle, and Samper has to cleanse and flash to get away from Dudu, who just pressed his R button, just like that.
Yeah, the locket would have been great yesterday, but we digress, as Kwangdong Freecs are just going to start up this Baron, and Palu, again, trying to get in, but he's blocked, and look at Dudu's angle!
Oh, Dudu, he's found Somber, and he has nothing! He has no health, no summoners, nothing at all! And Doiv is going to go down. Chorus, he had one miraculous play in this game, and I think it's going to stay at 1. He has to hop away, and Dudu's just going to chase him around the map, and once again, Cuz and Leaper, they were already 2-manning it. Okay, trying to back on a ward, that wasn't good. Morgan going to take that down, but Chorus eventually, Dudu does find him in the jungle, and that will be Baron here for Kwangdong Freecs in 27 minutes.
It's going to be fine. They can do it quickly enough, as Morgan will be punished as well.
What's going on here? Go home, my guy. You got the 1 kill. You flashed for it. Yeah, Morgan's going to be caught out as well. Very unfortunate mistake there, just to add insult to injury. And they're looking strong as a team. Now, Dudu is in a bit of trouble here. He is going to try to go for the Impale on Akaris, and will get into the jungle. He is so quick with this one. Even flashes away and does get out, but now Cuz in a bit of trouble. This is a very primitive fight. Andil decides, you know what? Let me donate myself as well, as here comes Bulldog and Leaper finally, and Andil will live until the very end. It's perfectly calculated, and it's a quadra for Leaper. Can he pick up the Penta? It's looking extremely likely. The flash away from Somber. Dudu is blocking him with his body. And now the Penta for Leaper in his second day playing at the LCK.
2 pentakills, both on Zeri here in the opening week of LCK Summer 2024. And that's the Penta to end the game. And Andil, his play. Good up. Look at the Warmog's value. He's already back. Full health Valdez. Kwangdong Freecs gonna take it in a scrappy one. You know, it was the 3 picks, you know, you're considering are the Karthus, the Brand, and the Lilia in terms of what it's going to do for this draft and your damage. Testing them down. I just don't think Senna Kench can do anything here. Bulldog had teleport, but he's just going to let this one go. Yeah. And they decide to focus topside here. He's making good time.
Yeah, he definitely is. As now Morgan in a bit of trouble. This is a 2v2 though. They see Doiv and they just try to back away, but now Dudu in a bit of trouble. He is burning and he will flash just to get out of dodge.
So the longest game, or longest first blood so far was 10:55, so we passed it by
breaking records in 2024 Summer Week 1.
That's hype. It's hype.
It's hype, yeah, okay. We're getting in on Cuz. He's in a lot of trouble. And look at this. Kaisa immediately comes in, but the Devour is huge from the side of Andil, as he will get Cuz to safety. TP also coming in, but the follow-up has to be here. Leaper's going to land this route, and Andil might be the one guy who's in trouble. But he's also on the run here, and everybody else has gotten out, so Andil will be the sacrifice. First blood at 13:39 finally does go over to Morgan.
But you know, he's not going to be there initially. He's going to have to TP on a flank. They had some wards set up. A lot of that vision cleared now. He's got this ward here.
Yeah, they're trying to go forward into this one, as they are going to blow up the Tom Kent, and now Dudu is kind of behind enemy lines, and he's just on the run. Everybody else is leaving him out to dry. Not much he could do by himself, 1v5. And that is a couple of picks here for Bro. A Rift Herald in mid, and it should be soul points.
Yeah, I feel like Kwangdong Freecs just kind of got caught with their pants down on this one. The call to just go Herald top there and set up this fight was a good one, because even if they timed out Dudu's teleport perfectly, they would have known.
Yeah. Just wait until we are ready and we are online.
I like this call to come up here and clear Baron vision and say, Kwangdong, you can't just start this dragon for free. We won't allow it. We're going to pull you away from it. Palu.
He's in an awkward spot here. He has to go in, and that will be onto the Tom Kents once again. But look at the damage he has taken. Root goes down onto Andil, but he is still alive, and Bulldog just going to pop the Leona after the Eclipse goes down. So now, advantage Quantum Freecs, but very low health bars on their side. So they say, okay, we took the kill, but we don't want to extend this fight any further. So they're going to take that one, and with the dragon available, Bro all moving up to the top side, maybe trying to threaten a Baron. Just trying to like fake threaten that they're going for it, and they're not actually. I mean, it's 22 minutes of the game. You have 3 people here.
They will get a turret, and...
Are they going to do it now?
Oh,
okay, now they are.
They're grouped as 5 this time, though, so this absolutely works. If Kwangdong Freecs can't get into position...
Well, they should know that this is happening, Quantum Freecs, and they will get into position. That was a weird little spinorama, but now, can he get into the pit? No, it's going to go to the Kaisa, of all people. Envy takes it down, but Doi will pay the price. And so the Baron is secured by Bro after all of that. The whole song and dance, but now Palu as well. It looks like he is going to bite the dust. Only 3 people will survive with the Baron buff. Question is it worth it at the end that they get the Baron and lose 2 people for it, so plus the Cloud Drift?
When they don't have Cryo.
Yeah. Also, I feel like Cuz's Lilia has been kind of okay. That equalizer is going to be much better than okay, as in goes Envy, and will punish Cuz immediately, takes him down behind the turret. There are only 2 members of Quantum Freecs there when that even happened.
Tough call.
It's always Andil. They always go for him too, though, and they are going to burst him down once again. Dudu gets in the backline, but he's being melted as well. And that's 2 kills already for Bro, as finally Cuz will go in there for the equalizer, and the Kaiser just melting the backline. And we almost had back-to-back pentas here, as Envy will be denied his. Might pick up the Quadra. No, it will go to Karis. And we might just have a third game here as Bro. They find a huge team fight ace at 28 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, the death timers are pretty long here, and they've got a lot of push. Might just be the end off of this one with a Tristana. And man, Bro, they knew their win cons in this game so incredibly well. The control vision was set up, the prio was set, and Kwangdong Freecs' draft fell apart like a house of cards once they lost control of this game. Beautiful reads from Bro on the map, and this is a comp they looked way more comfortable than where he was given kind of a freebie. I don't think we're going to see Paulo get caught the same way and have the Zeri get accelerated. I'm not saying the Zeri's not going to be relevant.
It's just really rough, right? Because if they get that kill on a Cuz, you know, the peel comes in, but you can kind of back away after that and you feel pretty good, right? Like you were saying, but they don't get the kill, so they feel like priced in and they go very deep and then they just get peeled off, and eventually a kill does go the way of the Corki. But you can see the difference in the pressure from the junglers now.
Yeah.
And now, nice little engage. Just now in goes Leaper, he's level 6. He's looking for Palu. I don't know if he's going to get a kill here, as actually Envy thinking about turning this one around. He gets in and he assassinates Leaper. Envy going to turn this entire trade around. And you see Andil, he's alone. He's got actually Cuz coming down now. That's Cuz trying to put on that moment. Just sit next to the minions and bop, please. Bulldog, oh, he's in a lot of trouble. He's just dead. Just caught off guard. He's like, okay, they're probably doing the Drake and I can push this one out. Nope. And especially not with Morgan there as well.
Yeah, they had a control ward in the bush above the river as well, and still just ends up getting a little bit surprised by this play. I'm not entirely sure if Morgan walks. Once we really start to see him come online, it could be a huge threat.
Trying to make something happen here on a Morgan. He's going to knock him into the wall. That's a free impale, and with Cuz here, Morgan in a lot of trouble. He does have flash, but just elects to take the death, and that will be the kill going over to Dudu. Nicely set
For this Herald in live.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that the impale just made the Nidalee miss like everything.
Yeah.
It just looked like the pounce as well just also misses. Just unfortunate. This Rel in a bit of trouble, as Andil gets the advantage with that engage. Bit of damage is coming in, but that will be the Rift Herald going over to Bro. And now an Equalizer only hits Leaper and doesn't do much of anything else. Palu's going to go down, and Andil is frontlining as Dudu trying to get onto this Rumble. And that is 2 kills now for the Corki as Kwangdong Freecs. They do not get the Rift.
Feel, you know, the way that you're going to get the most value out of Equalizer is with the Magnet Storm, but Paulo wasn't in a great spot to storm, and so Morgan just drops it down to low value, and Envy's dead.
Envy, no! He does have a barrier, and he is trying to turn it onto Andil, but at the end of the day, it is just not enough. That is just a very unfortunate death for Envy.
Wise here over Doive. The spears haven't been the greatest, but I mean, he's farmed a lot of that jungle away from this Xin Zhao. Really push deep beyond the Dragon Pit or do much with that while the Herald is being dropped into to drop the Herald either, but at the end of the day, it's just a turret that gets dropped here. Bro gets some free gold out of it, but Kwangdong Freecs still maintain control of the Dragon. It was Bulldog like pushing the inner turret bottom, as now
that he's got a couple items, he's hitting them somehow. Maybe that's helping on the accuracy for some reason. But that's the second Cloud Drake, and now Kwangdong Freecs are going to start up the Baron.
Yeah,
Vision will come down.
The Scuttle's gone.
The Scuttle's down, but they will see it with the blue trinket. Bro are going to have to try to get in here, but Palu has no health. He couldn't back.
Yeah, I mean, he can get an ult off, but he won't last any longer than that.
All right, they want to try to go for the kill instead, as Flash on the Impale, and Envy nearly going to go down. That rocket might have gotten the job done, but the engage from Andil is big, going to push them back. Another Flash taken out of the hands of Bro forcefully, and now they're looking at the Baron. This time should be good for them.
Yeah, Morgan can't get in there to drop an Equalizer.
Bro are going to stay.
Okay, well, he's going to try. He's got Flash.
I mean, the turn is still here. The turn is still here. The Equalizer does a pretty good amount of damage, but you don't have any health bars, my dudes. Doive is going to go down. And Kwangdong Freecs, I mean, at least...
I know Equalizer is down now, and they still have vision control. The Nidalee traps are set on both sides.
Bro are going to stay again.
But they don't have any tools. This time they're going to get totally wrecked. TP from Corki as well. Bulldog's back to full.
The engage here. Andil's got his ult, and Palu goes in alone. Immediately just going to go down, and this is just half-hearted at this point. I mean, Envy couldn't even enter the fight. Like, yeah, he had his ult, but never an opportunity. And Leaper is just an assassin on this area at this point. Going to take down Morgan. Everybody else is... And for Kwangdong Freecs, they can just stand there. I mean, they have a lot of farm already. Although, Envy getting in on the Bulldog, who is in a bit of trouble and has to flash away. But the turn coming in. TP now for the side of Kwangdong. Dudu is very tanky, and Doive in a ton of trouble. Just CC'd 100-0. No hope at going for the Crescent Guard as 4 people up against the wall, and Andil, if he had Flash, man, that would have been so big. It's still going to be big here. Double kill for Bulldog, looking for a penta maybe. The Leaper, he just wants to go in. He just wants to win the game. He's going to be taken out, and it's a 3-kill, a penta again! A second one in the series, this time for Bulldog.
Terry sent him this. He ends up getting a penta, and sacrifice from Leaper as well. He goes in, he dies, but that chain damage coming through from the static shiv and the runins is enough for Bulldog to get those hits in. I mean, the poke is so insane that they could practically keep this up until they get to the Nexus. Like, Dudu's like, I'm eventually getting this inhibitor. No one can deal with me. I'm too tanky. And Cuz is just playing, you know, he's doing target practice here across the wall. He's got some vision here over the wall. He's got traps over there. And he even has this Scryers.
Oh, the damage is coming in, and Andil's going to get that engaged now. He is Alistair and will be fine. And now Skarner is going to line up the Impale, and they're just sending it into the bases there, just so far ahead. But they have gone pretty far due to getting low, but another big engage comes in from the side of Andil. And it's not clean, but sometimes you got to get down and dirty to get the job done. As Morgan is desperate, he is alone. And soon he will be dead as Flash comes in, triple for the side of Bulldog, and that will end the game. Kwangdong Freecs with a big win here in Game 3, and they will take the first Saturday showdown of Summer 2024.
Let it test this, and if we add more and more engage options, maybe one of them will get through, because Poppy can't block everything.
Goes down, Jonah Strong keeping it.
See that pet?
Here we go. Here we go. Hex flash over the wall, BDD. The W comes down. Yeah, he's just going to flash away, and that is another summoner taken away from the members of KT by Lucid.
Bring as the tales we told of CL were.
We told a lot of tales, by the way. We got Impale. He is just in so much trouble. Casting is going to flash, though, and he does get away, but man.
Has been so fan. Okay,
no Lucid point, Wolf. No Lucid point. Barrel's dead. Okay, down he goes. First blood goes to Kellen, and Deft has to flash away as well. Barrel not having his flash. Okay. Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, this is what we were talking about before the game started, as now he's going to knock the Sejuani into the wall. W comes down, and you know what? Pyoshik is just dead. He doesn't have his flash, and Lucian still has his. He gets away. BDD not able to punish in this 3v3. Barrel's still here. He's going to keep Kellen around as Deft is trying to help out, but at the end of the day, it's just a kill here, and now the wall's going to come down. Barrel has to flash away himself.
Finally, Deft is trying to do a thing in the bottom lane.
Deft doesn't have flash here, and Showmaker's already here. The root comes down onto Kellen, but I think he's still in a lot of trouble. Flash comes in, and Deft is just going to hold on to his cleanse. He knows he's 100% dead. That's another kill over to Dplus Kia. That one going over to the Corki.
Perfectly, it would have been calculated as more action.
It's here, and Impale is on point, and you're not getting out of this one. Casting, the knockup comes in, and with no flash available, the timing on the gank is perfect. And Skarner's so good at setting those up. Now, BDD and Pyoshik trying to trade it back.
He's got flash, though.
Yeah, and this is Skarner, and the ult is just going to sail wide. Pyoshik trying to get on in there onto Lucid, but it is stunned to come down, actually, underneath the turret, but Lucid barely going to go down with just the flail to get the job done.
From the red buff. And I mean, this is actually, they just took Casting and tied him to the back of a train, dragged him across the tracks, man.
It's a lot of interactive gameplay there, say no. And yeah, they get over here in time to actually stop this turret from going down.
I feel like this is a bit poor, though, by KT in terms of what they could have done with the teleport and the advantage top side. Like, they still lose a majority of this turret and lose the dragon. Deft was going to get that turret no matter what. Barrel?
King just impaled the clone. The Barrel is in a lot of trouble, and he's just going to run away.
Look,
that's fine.
Now, BDD and Deft are with the Kalista power up here with the Yone. I mean, the two of them could do this pretty quickly, and Pyoshik is rotating over with the Smite, so they will get away with this in turn, but we're a bit disappointed that the call for Casting was to buy Leandries and then just walk back bottom. So things have looked a lot better for KT in these last 5 minutes.
Barrel just out in the middle of nowhere trying to get some deep wards in. That's a free kill. Goes over to aiming.
Caster Curse.
Not sure what the idea that was there, but...
And we're not going to see a teleport from Casting, it looks like, to...
But also just go in here on a Deft. I mean, Deft is all alone here. He does have flash and cleanse, but yeah, they're just going to leave that one as the teleport does come in from BDD, and now a try to Showmaker, who is in a lot of trouble, but the rest of KT trying to close the distance and get in. They finally take out Showmaker, and now Kellen kind of left on his lonesome. Lucid the same, just gonna ult the Rumble away, but this is a great fight for KT. They turn it around with a TP and pick up 2 kills. Not able to do so just yet, although Kellen is gonna be rooted up here. He doesn't have the help of his team right now. He has to flash away. Very awkward spot for him to be standing, and he will be punished for it.
Showmaker did a lot of damage during that exchange, though, and aiming is also full health here, so KT need to play very respectful. Barrel still could look for an engage, and that's why Dplus are spreading themselves out here. They don't absolutely need the hard force for this. They already have a 2 Drake lead. Gotta be so wary of the Nico engage. Kellen.
Oh, Barrel, he has to flash away from that one, and it might work out for him, though, but we got a lot of different angles coming in onto this fight. You see Kingen on the left as the knockaway of the jungler, and this fight comes in. Lucid once again gonna get the job done, and Deft has to flash away from the seismic shove, and the Impale in the brush. They're not ready for that one, and now Pyoshik is all by his lonesome. They're so low on the backside of this fight. DK not gonna over chase, but man, they got a lot of value out of that fight.
Really nice trap set there by Kingen.
Yeah. Speaking of which, oops, we are knocked into the wall as trying to dive here. BDD's gonna go down. Casting surely gets this kill, right? Okay, he is gonna pick up the kill, but now TP coming in.
Showmaker has Weaver's Wall.
Yeah, Showmaker definitely gonna try to punish this one. The equalizer is pretty good. Seismic Shove is gonna get some damage in, but this is a Rumble making things pretty spicy as now we got more action as Pyoshik was going in there to try to save him. I don't even know, guys. Pyoshik's just gonna go down. It's a double kill for aiming. And now 4 versus 2. They could look for the Baron. We have seen some very aggressive Baron calls.
It's so crazy. It's non-stop action. It's not calculated. It's all limit testing. It's constantly, just basically stats checking, hands checking, non-stop. As you have this trade coming through, the Showmaker teleports over. Good play by Kingen to at least trade the kill back, but it is going to be Casting who ultimately gets caught here. Holds his own, but Showmaker has Seraphs.
Yeah, and BDD is their most fed member at this point. He's already taken some damage as Pyoshik. He's just going to send it into Lucid, but Lucid is able to charge away from the follow-up as Barrel only able to get the knock-up on the Poppy. Immediately is going to be pulled back. Meanwhile, trying to turn now onto Kellen, who we said before is pretty much unkillable. A nice chunk of damage still done to him. As Kingen still looking for his angle. So many low health bars here between the two teams.
All right, Lucid trying to come over here and start up this dragon. A bit optimistic, though, as BDD coming back in, looking for an angle. The lineup.
Oh, he just dashed out of the rocks. Yikes. I mean, we talked about this, right? Like in a straight-up 5v5, it is difficult to make this work. Into this fight, and then knockback into the knock into the wall. And you just don't get to play the game, Pyoshik. And with the jungler gone, that will be Ocean Soul to the side of DK. Casting, very nice dodge here, but the follow-up is coming in. Now they're trying to turn and fight this one 4v4. They know the Poppy is gone, but the rock to the face, and down will go the Yone. And Kingen's looking for more, gets a couple of flashes with this Impale, but the fight is not done. They're still going in. They're still looking for more blood. Have much going for them.
I mean, Dplus's comp has so much engaged. KT's engage is ultimate reliant. You know, you need Barrel's ult, you need BDD's ult, Depth's ult potentially, right? Or Pyoshik's ultimate, whereas Dplus just have so much consistent engage, so you trade ults, and Dplus is like, I'm still ready. You know, come at me. And now they're going to grab this inhibitor. BDD getting some value topside, but it is not equivalent.
Yeah, he's going to have to back now, as they are threatening here with the Baron buff. They still have a minute 30, and now a wall to come down to try to just open up these Nexus turrets. They might be able to get one, but it looks like they don't want to take the chance. Knockup comes in from BDD, but that is Skarner.
Tough to end with the equalizer still available here for Casting. Just going to be able to clear this out if they tried to stay and push the issue. There's other ways those ults are back up. No, he's not going to do it to you about this.
I mean, he might. I don't know. Based on what I've seen in this game.
Nah, he's not. Look, just 2 more, buddy. Don't worry. We'll get through.
Yeah. Well, generally these games also go to like 50 minutes long, so.
I don't know. The game state right now is telling me this one's not. But yeah, we'll probably get one.
It probably shouldn't. I'll just say that. Yeah, they're being pushed out of here, and with, I mentioned before, the flash in with the Impale. Where did he go? And now a massive counter engage comes in, but do they have the damage? It's a question. Down will go Showmaker, but that might just be it for the damage that goes into them. Kingen's so tanky, Kellen's so tanky, aiming, still full health, still pushing into the base. And it was a fantastic counter engage, but not quite enough money to get the job done, especially without death.
Yeah, and now with no equalizer, I think Dplus could just escort this next wave with the super minions here and look to start chipping away. 25 seconds on BDD, but he won't have his ultimate. Same to be said of Barrel when he respawns. I think this should be the beginning of the end.
Well, they're going to dive a Sejuani under Nexus turret, so it's looking just likely as down will go Pyosik. And down will go Casting, and down should go these Nexus turrets. It was a very insanely scrappy game. Very much back and forth as Barrel desperate, Deft also desperate, but it will not happen. The Nexus goes down, and DK taking
already on the
has
Kalista.
range.
I mean, and Leona as well, which you knew was coming.
Yeah.
So now you're playing Lethality Jace, Lethality Kalista into Skarner. Test that top scuttle, but is unable to do so.
Something's going on
Portal
here.
combat.
Portal combat. Yeah, it doesn't last too long as he's just gonna get flashed on him. Perfect. He has aggro on the turret. The flash comes in from Lucid, and that's just first blood. Perfect goes down. And you know what? Sometimes you just get skarnered.
Yep.
To put on more aggro.
이러면 그냥 끝인 듯? 야, 볼게.
He's like, I'm looking for it. Flash comes out, and then the charge here, the buckler damage is enough.
Just identifying the situation, taking advantage of Perfect. As here comes BDD, the equalizer comes down from the top side. Knockback here on a BDD who is getting pretty low. Lucid, though, is getting burnt quite a bit by Perfect.
We are seeing Skarner have to itemize magic resistance because he's landing against a Rumble, so it is going to be a while before he ends up...
Well, he is going to scan it, but the knockup comes in into the follow-up from the Talia, and BDD has no chance. And we do have Pyosik nearby, though, so potential for some shenanigans up on the top side. And Pale is available. Kellen is also making his way up to the top side, as is Showmaker and Lucid.
I mean, Showmaker has Weaver's Wall. I think KT should think twice about heavily committing here.
And they do. Just back out of this one for now. Lucid's still in a kind of an awkward spot, but he has Kellen nearby, and he is Poppy, so of potential gank. And Deft is just in no man's land, but there's nobody to follow up on Lucid. The double knockup comes in, and now Lucid in a lot of trouble. He's going to burn down Barrel. Just going to get fates called, and Kellen has to go forward. But to his demise, BDD as well, getting some damage, and they're going to take out Showmaker. And it's 3 kills to the side of KT and a Rift Herald. As here we go again, trying to look for a play on a Barrel as he will go into clone mode, and he is burning down, but Kellen is going to be the support that goes down. As eventually, so will Barrel. So I suppose worth for DK at the end of the day. Deft and Pyosik taking a big chunk of damage themselves, but with this Rift Herald pressure, and aiming also low, actually, taking a look at him, they might still feel okay.
Yeah, and some of those ults coming back online. Perfect's ult, Pyosik's ult. Barrel has his, but he isn't here as he did burn down.
But now Impale is down, as is the Skarner Flash. KT trying to set up here on this one. Kingen now in an awkward spot, but he is baiting out a lot of CC, but they have oodles and boodles of it as Kingen is going to go down. And now the rest of the fight does begin. The equalizer is massive onto Showmaker and Kellen. They burned for so long. He's now in the bush. Lucid just going to try to get on the run, and he is going to be forced to keep his verdict, but even the Blast Cone not going to save you here, buddy. Down he will go. You know, KT in still pretty good control of this game.
Blast Cones, by the way, on Chemtech Rift, pretty fantastic for KT's position. Uh-oh, indeed.
Yeah, the TP's going to come in here, and the Impale, it just keeps you locked down for way too long, although that equalizer is burning down Showmaker. It's still going to be a kill over to the side of Dplus Kia. Yeah, you see that Pyosik does take some damage. It's not very early, but it's still, we're not even past the 30-minute mark right now. It's 25 minutes in, and with the entirety of DK there, as you mentioned before, Wolf, I think that's a bit risky to try to go for that Baron take. King, and he's still here by himself in mid, and again he's going to be isolated as the Impale does come in, and he is very difficult to kill. But eventually he will go down, as Pyosik does take a bunch of damage in the trade, but they have been very consistently just identifying that they can kill Kane.
Yeah, tries to click on them. He doesn't do as much.
Leave that to Leon. Here we go again. I mean, how many times is this going to happen? He is going to flash away, and the Weaver's Wall does come down. Deft barely going to miss. Dodge on that one, but the equalizer once again is pretty good. The Impale on a Pyosik as the tanks are just being bullied in this game.
And the equalizer got a ton of value there, not onto the tank or not onto the carries, but onto the front line as clean.
Root on the Showmaker. And we're getting Scrappy again.
A little bit tougher. How many of these shock blasts
Look
can
at
BDD
Kellen.
hit?
Look at Kellen. I don't think they have any idea.
That's about to find out.
Yeah, they know. They even have a ward over the wall as well. They might have spotted him.
Showmaker gonna back. He has teleport here, but he's so low. He just needs to TP back in if they're gonna contest this. Is aiming.
This is such a weird spot. I mean, now it's Noticing and BDD coming over here
And
together.
perfect. Soloing this.
Chemtech Soul. He did it.
Plus scrap shields.
Yeah.
I mean, the extra damage is going to be significant in these, wonky fights. I mean, it's tough here for the teleport for King, and teleport flanks not really available here at all. He's actually walking up.
Half health, Lucid's already here. Are they going to continue on this one? Lucid does have the ult to come through, but the Sedge ult catches him, and Jace is going to secure it. As Barrel nearly goes down, but it does not matter. They have a perfect angle, and down will go two of the members already, the bottom laners of DK. The Baron goes the way of KT. Down will go Lucid and Showmaker, and KT, they might have just won the game right there.
I mean, what was Kingen doing that whole time? He just took a joyride between two turrets. He was just driving through. He didn't come to the fight at all. They needed him there. They needed a front line. They needed some defensive options. And even though he couldn't have gone for a flank teleport, he could have just teleported onto his team and helped peel for them there, but he just didn't show up. And now he's the last man standing, looking for an impale here. I think it's too little too late.
He's not even going to get the kill on a Pyoshik. I mean, Kellen, he's still getting in there. He's still fighting, but with 5 members alive, they will be able to take down the Nexus, and we will have our game
Famed for, and it's all coming full circle. Depth's bar is here. The knowledge to lock down this Zeri. There's a lot of CC on both sides. There's a lot
on the Drake before members of DK also trying to get in here, but they want to turn onto Kellen. And where are you going to go? You're trapped in the cage, and immediately he goes down, just executed, like you said. Nice foreshadowing there from Wolf, as immediately Kellen just doesn't exist anymore. And they don't get the Drake, but they get first blood.
To make this attempted roam happen topside, though, I don't think they're going to feel too happy about that, even though they did get the flash.
See Deft and Barrel, they're trying to clear this wave, but they're not quite able to. The damage is a bit delayed on a Deptus. They will get this kill, though, and the dive is going horribly wrong. As 2 kills go the way of KT. Now, they do take out Deft, and aiming will still alive, so he'll get some value there, but not quite the cleanest dive I've ever seen, Wolf.
Whoa. Wow.
Okay. BDD definitely feeling a lot better than he did after that game 1 loss where he looked like he was having a rough time. He's definitely changed the atmosphere now, got that first blood. They get the 2 kills bottom side. And BDD has to keep track of this. And Perfect says, like, I mean, my Veigar's got TP. You could try it if you want.
We'll see how it goes. 3 people coming on in, no teleport, and Perfect is just left out to dry as they're using quite a lot. Oh, the flash on in, and Perfect is going to turn it around. Picks up a kill for himself, 1v3. And really, your time to go in is when Event Horizon is down. And I think DK, they have identified this, but really nice Chain of Corruption does come down. Barrel also going to maintain that front line here, and now trying to go for the follow-up engage, and Kellen is just so dead, but now Barrel taking a ton of damage, and DK, look at turn this around, but again, the Lancers fight pretty good, but Pyoshik left out to dry, and BDD and Def not quite able to step up to them as aiming, and Kingen so good, getting a bunch of resets, and ending that fight in their favor. You can throw down an Event Horizon, but that's got a cooldown. You can throw down a Lamster Spite. That's got a very large cooldown, and the Zeri's just going to be skating around the map and can delay and can wait for her next opportunity to go in. You can only delay for so long, and I think KT, if you get very far behind, yes, you can throw all those things down, but then eventually DK just swing the hammer and kill you. So
To this dragon.
another ward comes down. They see it's started up here, but the damage you mentioned is huge, and Barrel just walking up the Event Horizon. There's no way for the Vi to get in. You just cannot access the pit. And so the first Drake goes the way of KT with no bloodshed at all. You can see they don't really have the vision. Oh, the hook around the corner, and the Chain of Corruption will come down, as well as the R from the Nautilus, and Showmaker in so much trouble, but the counter engage comes in. The Lancer Spite is massive to keep them all alive, but Kingen is running at them. He is alone, but here comes Lucid now into that back line, takes down Deft, and you see it's Kingen against the world, whereas Perfect is going against the world as well. Kingen and Lucid still on the chase here. So many low health bars. BDD still alive. Perfect still in the 1v2. Lucid gonna pick up the double. BDD still alive.
The flash missed Q though, and Kingen's gonna get out here, and Perfect, I don't know if he's on for this world. Whoa!
Nice try, but yeah. Oh, the damage on Kellen. He is just so incredibly tanky. Can they actually kill him is the question. Need the ViQ to come back up, and there it is. They should have enough from here, and that is the one from aiming to finally take down Perfect. So now Pioshik just gonna start this one up alone, and they're missing 2 players at this point in time. The wall will come down, and it will actually push KT off of this objective.
Yeah, it's gonna reset as BDD does not have flash, wants an Event Horizon onto aiming so badly, but is just spaced so incredibly well on this Zeri. Event Horizon just zoning the front line here. Beryl looking for an angle here. Can he get into range to ult aiming? He's trying.
Oh yeah, he would love to. But he is gonna play that front line and skip vision. Do they know about this guy on the left side, the Vi? They get onto the back line, and now the ult comes in. Kellen does go down, but Lucid's in that back line. The Lamps Spite is gonna keep them all alive, but the health bars are so low, and Showmaker is just running them down alongside of aiming, who on the Zeri, alongside of this Aatrox, will eventually nearly totally wipe them. The triple kill comes through, 5,000 damage for aiming. And that was the engage that DK was looking for. Yeah, it's just not quite enough. The delay is not enough for KT. I mean, Vagar is not strong enough.
No, really not. I mean, they're sitting at 30 minutes in nearly, and he doesn't have his death cap. He's very far from it.
There's a little bit of an engage here as they're trying to get on up. Pioshik and BDD is in a really rough spot. Knocked up forever. The Lancer Spite and triple impale. Will it matter, though? I think the answer is no. Pioshik, though, with a couple of kills, though, making it interesting. BDD also picks up one. But at the end of the day, Kingen and aiming are still alive, and they're still fighting here with pretty healthy health bars. Perfect is so incredibly tanky. Can they take him out is the question. He's flashing onto aiming, and he takes him down! Perfect with a huge kill! Gets the shutdown of 1,000 gold, but eventually does go down himself. Aiming is at right now. Def down towards the bottom, actually, as Kingen is alone, but so is Beryl, and that hook is not going to hit the wall. Beryl just dead. Not going to be saved by the Event Horizon, and that might just be Baron.
Yeah, I mean, we were all in Beryl's world until now. Beryl is the only one in Beryl's world, and I don't think he should be there right now. It's game 3. It's the series decider, and another intense...
Oh, here we go. Lamps of Spite is going to be cast, but he's alone, and everybody else is running away. So Pioshik will be taken out. Lots of damage coming in now. They want to end this right here, right now. BDD is in the Zhonya's against so many people, and he will eventually be taken out by aiming. Of all people, gonna stack that bounty even larger as they will now go for the Baron. As maybe they're just gonna dive instead. I mean, they are looking for BDD, and that is the ult to come in, but no follow-up as finally the Rakan goes in, and down will go BDD. Beryl as well underneath the turrets, and that's a couple of more kills for the Zeri. Is this just gonna be another Penta? That's a triple already for the side of aiming, and you can see that KT do not want to give that one over.
Yeah, I think he's going to be hard-pressed to kill for a full health Skarner, but, you know?
Maybe it was just a double. I'm not sure.
I think it was a triple.
I thought it was a triple, but I saw double come up, so I'm not 100%. Either way, this is great for DK. They're pushing in, and they might finally end the chaos that is DK versus KT every single time. That's perfect now. There's only so much tanking that Scorpion can do. And down he will go. Down will go the Nexus turrets, and Dplus Kia will be your winners tonight in the 2-1 victory over KT.